What up, y'all? This is Crime Time Podcast, and I don't know about y'all, man, but I can't stand when people are in just total denial, lying to themselves and lying to everyone about some sick sack of garbage that maybe they know or is related to them, or I don't know. Comment if y'all feel me on this, man. Like, when it comes down to it, actual deviants, people who hurt the youth, the innocent people, are just the lowest of the low. I often reference them as just demons that walk the earth in human form. And that's real-ish. As always, y'all, spiritual warfare going on out here 2025. I ain't trying to sound like a Bible thumping, cliche spitting ass individual, but it's just really some different things going on right now. Like, jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about this whole video, this crime story we're covering, and the current state of the world, if you feel me on what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the type of cat that's you got to be perfect, you got to be a saint or whatever, but there's just different things going on in the world, to put it simply, or whatever. And you know what I mean? The demons are out here, and they're demons. They're evil, and they need to be referenced as such and exposed as such. And I just can't stand when someone wants to try to lie about it, man. Like, this is one of the most twisted cases I've seen in quite some time, and it really feels like there's been a lot of things jumping off on the New York City subway. Comment if you've noticed that as well. What we're talking, there was that thing a little while back where that individual said FIRE to someone on the subway. Do y'all remember that? And it became a real political thing because he, you know, with immigration being a hot button topic in political discussions and stuff like that. This dude, I believe, was like an illegal or something to that extent. But there was something else in regards, like, comment all the stuff that you remember happening on the subways as of late. I don't want to get too off topic. I have a tendency to do that and ramble on a bit. I cover things a bit in long form, if you will. So make sure to subscribe again, join the discussion. But this is a bit peculiar as well. They're referencing this man as an unidentified man, but the press and I'm guessing law enforcement caught up with the individual's brother, which would lead me to believe that they did indeed identify who he is. And maybe they're keeping that under wraps or on the low at this time because they don't want the public to go out there and bust his head open or something like that. Because seriously, man, someone like this you don't want in your community. You don't want around you. You don't want around anyone. Again, they're a demon. This guy hails from the Bronx, 56 years old. Apparently he did a lot of time in prison. And the individual's brother, who they're one of 7 siblings, these two. So there's 7 in the family. You got the sicko on the train here, and then the person in denial trying to lie to everyone. Like, yo, this was caught on surveillance footage. Okay, you think they're just putting out full-blown lies like this when there's video to back it up? The guy jacked and robbed this man who deceased on a train. He DIED'd, and there's some funny style to exactly how that happened that we're gonna get to. But what overshadows all this, one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard in my life, is he actually violated this deceased man on the train, right? NECRO, feel ya, on the train. Are you fucking kidding me, you sick demon? And the brother tries to be like, they got this wrong, not my brother. Like, listen, say you don't want to talk to the press, say no comment, but don't sit here when they got video evidence and sit here try to be like, they got it wrong, my brother would never do that. Listen, aside from that, and again, I'm not like a judgmental person like that, but we're talking about some sick ish that needs to be put on display, that people need to understand the type of evil that is out there in the earth right now and always has been. But I mean, like, right on a train, everyone there, this sick demon first robbed the deceased individual after someone already had prior to that, some woman, but then actually violates him. But listen to what the brother said to the media. He said, The brother said his troubled sibling had been staying with him since he was released from prison a few months ago. Go figure. This guy just got out of prison. What a shocker. Need to throw him right back up in there in the actual deviant dormitory with all the other demons and ship them all off to hell. You know what I mean? Get an island reserved for all the sick and twisted or whatever. He had been locked up for a while. Said he's 56, not the individual on the train. Apologies, I got that wrong. Though he could not remember if it was for robbery or assault. And what a shocker, he carried out those same two crimes once again to a DEAD person. Robbed them, rummaged through their ish, all on surveillance, and then actually violated him. Quote, I haven't seen him in a few days. He started staying out late. He has never done anything like this in his life. Not what they say he did. I don't think that he did that. He's not that type of person. He clearly is. It's on video, you dummy. Like, I don't know. Comment, y'all. Does that just kind of grind your gears a bit when someone is just in such denial like this? I don't know why it just agitates me. You know what I mean? They said he took his thing out and put it in the guy's ... Yeah, I don't think he did that. He's not a pervert. Guess what? He is. He's a demon, a perv, and he should burn in hell for what he did. The allegations against the suspect, who is one of 7 siblings, has left his family, quote, in shock and mad, his brother said. Well, you're over here trying to run game and flip some bull-ish to the media. Like, again, guys, this shit is on video feed, okay? They're not making this up, man. Like, I'm so sick of people with the semantics and the bullish and trying to tiptoe around things. Like, lucky I wasn't the one interviewing that person, because I'm not saying I would have flipped and tripped on them and screamed in their face, but I would have been like, come on, man, who are you lying to? Do you really expect me to believe this? Like, you know what I mean? That's something too, y'all. The worst of the worst, the deviant demons that are around. People always know, whether it's people around them that like, comment if y'all feel me on that, or if you've ever known anyone in your lifetime like that, or if you've seen things like that, where when it comes down to it, there's people that were like, well, you know, there was this one time people were saying this, or there was something funny style like that. Like, people know. You know what I mean? Evil reverberates out through the atmosphere, and people are aware. And that's why you always got to pay attention to the warning signs. Like, seriously, y'all, don't be late to being knowing what's going on. You know what I mean? Because like these creeps, they're demons. Okay, it's known. People know. But people with this individual also said they're saying the police need to do a better investigation, because my brother's not like that. Yes, the fuck he is. No matter how bad the heroin addiction is, he's not like that, he insisted, blessing himself, doing the sign of the cross. And let me stop there and point out something else also. Addiction. It's a real serious thing. It's wild what's going on right now. There's some kind of play that's been put into effect that's been carrying on for many years. Big PHARMA, if you followed up on the PURDUE lawsuits. There's a good show out there on Hulu. It's called S1Ck. They covered all this on there. They got tapped in with the right people, the right lobbyists to push what they were doing. And, you know, it was a whole play put at hand. Like, I'll put it like this. When more pharmacies started getting robbed, because if now to way back in the 80s, 90s, the security and federal guidelines and stuff like that and protocols for controlled substances and pharmacies and how it all worked, it was another world back then. Things were so laxed, and you know, they got special stamps put on their ish and put it out there. Like we said, they created the 1 to 10 pain scale and all this stuff, and they wanted to hook everyone and make everyone junkies. It was a whole play. They just paid the right people and was like, hey, this evil blood money that we're going to get and gain from this whole movement that we're going to put into effect will let you get rich with us, while they destroyed American society. And it happened to a lot of people that took pain pills. They were specifically putting the oxy out there, and that just took things to another level. But whether it's Darvocets or Tramadols, which I don't even think are on the market anymore, hydrocodone, Percocet, Roxy, Oxy, it's all bad-ish. Just the oxy, then the Opana, you know what I mean? Certain pills were just way more potent and strong. And there was a lot of people that took these DRUGSs as ordered by a doctor, and they didn't know it'll make you a junkie as well. There's really no way around it, you know what I mean? And then we saw that kind of stuff start to disappear, and doctors going away, and then there was more H around, and then next thing you know, there's more Fenty around, which is going on today. And I wonder if that's what happened with this guy DYING on the train, which we're going to get to in just one moment here. Like I said, there was something funny style about the way the dude DIED'd. It was all a play, you know what I mean? Because then now the Fenty's killing off everyone, and there's all these border wars and the war on DRUGSs, which is a joke. And, in no bit, like, because America runs on greed, capitalism, money. You know what I mean? If you don't got money, you're not ish. No one gives a fuck about what you got to say. But if you got money and you'll line the right pockets, you can push anything you want into play. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I don't do all the political stuff, but a lot of people don't want to believe me, man, that Bernie Sanders wanted to do away with lobbyists. A lot of people don't like Bernie, and I'm not going to sit here and argue on a political spectrum with people, but Bernie had some things right. Comment, y'all, if you know what I mean? I want to hear your thoughts about everything. Once again, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for updates. If you feel I left something out, whatever, if there's updates to this, like if they got this sick fluck, put it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. It's all about talking and engaging with you guys, the people out here. But it just makes no sense to KILL off the customer base. Since when in capitalism and making money do you want to kill off your repeat customers? And that's what's happening, and that's where things are getting extra spooky. And you accompany that with some of the other wild, weird ish we're seeing going on. I want to say since around the time of the sickness all the way up in here to 2025, time has flown by in a crazy way. Like, I don't know, there's something bugged out going on. But as far as with this guy too, the way that all goes into play, there was a woman that the police are seeking out as well, who gave this guy some kind of cigarette or joint or something like that, and he puffed on that thing and then seemingly passed out and DIED'd. I'm wondering if that had some Fenty in it, which is another thing that's crazy when it comes to DRUGSs out here. The Fenty's ending up in Youter, it's ending up in weed, it's ending up in other things. You know what I'm saying? With opiates, at least it somewhat has a similar effect. So, you know what I mean? That would make sense for it to end up in that kind of stuff. But why would it end up in weed? Why would it end up in white girl? Why would it end up in white broad? It makes zero sense. But this lady gave this guy something. He smokes on it, passes out, DIED. Then the lady went through his pockets, robbed him, and then this other guy whose brother is totally in, he don't want to believe what's right before his very eyes. He's trying to deny that he could be related to a demon like this, just total in denial. It just blows my mind. Then that guy took what the lady didn't take and then actually violated this individual. But getting back to talking about addiction and all that, my point is it's dangerous. Get clean, try to get help, get on subs or something like that. I'm not judging people on all that. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people out there that are stone cold junkies. They would never do something like this. This has nothing to do with being on H. This has to do with just being a sick creep demon. And it makes me sick. It makes me want to PUKE. But you see here the reports. His last known address was on Manor Avenue in the Soundview section of the Bronx. That's where S1Ck and Peter Guns were from. The DEAD man had boarded the subway around 8 p.m. and the suspect got on about 3 hours later, although it's not clear exactly where. Sources say around 11:45 p.m. security footage showed the twisted suspect engaging in actual acts with the deceased victim. He got off the train around 12:08, sources say. And this is about the woman too. Police are also looking to speak with a woman who handed the deceased victim a cigarette of some kind before he died, and the woman committed actual acts, and the man committed actual acts on his lifeless body. So like we said, just the timeline of things, this all happened pretty quick. What do you guys think? This woman gave him some kind of laced up D-rugs, and you know, then she robbed him, and then this guy comes forth and ups the ante to a whole nother evil level. It's just so twisted out here too, what the D-rugs have people doing to people. This woman, I don't know if she just meant for him to lose consciousness so he could rob him, but things got worse and he DIED'd, but I don't know. This is just all so sick, all so twisted, and it's straight demonic activity. So let's talk about this all. Don't be in denial. Don't let it be you. If you know someone who's flucked up, please, man, don't be stupid. Don't lie. You know what I mean? If you're my brother and you did some ish like that, you ain't my brother. You're related to Satan, and I want not a thing to do with you. Kick rocks. Don't ever talk to me again. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit's twisted out here. But that's going to do it for this one. What a twisted tale of crime, demonry, all that going on in NYC. The subway, like I said, has just been a hotbed. Not that it fucked up things haven't always went down on the subway, but as of late, it's just been a hotbed for twisted crime and criminal activity. And then this just ups the ante beyond what we've seen. Although, like I said, there was that other situation where dude set fire to someone. It's just flucked up out here. So let's talk about it all in the comments. Share your thoughts. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Anything I missed out, whatever, hit me with the links. Be aware of what's going on in this world, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Stay demon free, y'all. Peace.